Hey football fans, I'm Matt. I'm joined by my friend Johnny, and we're here to keep you guys updated on everything NFL related, from scores to predictions. This is the Third and Long podcast on KCAT Radio. Welcome back into the Third and Long podcast. My name's Matt, and that's not Johnny.
No, definitely not Johnny. My name is ZB or Zach. People know me by. I have kind of a million different names.
You have a million different names.
Also a million
but
different.
We just call you Mom because you're our producer.
Million different people.
Our producer's on the show, everybody, and we're excited to have you. It's great to see your smiling face.
Thank you,
It's
Matt.
great to hear your opinions. A little sidetrack of an episode. We're not going to be doing a recap for you guys of the following week, which was 17. We're not going to be doing a recap of week 17. We're going to be looking forward into the playoff scenarios for you guys. Week 18 is going to be a mess. We got some stuff that happened last week, even last night. We're filming this on a Tuesday, I might add. So we'd like to get into all the nitty-gritty details. Ryan, say hi. He's not here either.
Yeah. No.
So it's just me and ZB today.
Yep.
Kicking it old school like it was with me and Johnny.
Oh, it's so good to be here, Matt. I never get to do anything at the podcast.
I'm glad to have. Yeah, he always yells at us from just every angle. So
afar.
It's great to see you here today.
Let's talk football, Matt.
Let's talk football. We're going to start with the NFC, right?
Yep.
Okay. Everybody's clinched but the Seahawks.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody in the 6 through 1 seed. The only thing that can really change is the seeding.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to start with 1.
Okay.
Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. They can still switch.
This is this is the thing with this is I don't think they should.
I don't think they should either. I think the Eagles have played a way better season. Their 3 losses haven't been too bad except for this week.
I mean, you got to look at it this way, though. People are complaining that Gardner Minshew ruined the Eagles, whatever, and that's why they're losing. And it's true. Like, you look at, like, the cause and effect relationship. Like, Gardner Minshew is probably the reason of the current downfall a little bit. But look at it this way. The Cowboys, we all thought they were doomed at the beginning of the year when Dak went down in week 1 against the Buccaneers. We thought it was over.
Yeah.
Like, it was done just then. And for the Cowboys to have overcome that now, you got to look at it like, hey, maybe the Eagles should be able to overcome that, and it's not just Gardner Minshew's fault.
I got to agree with you. Also, with the weapons the Eagles had compared to the Cowboys, I don't know if Pollard was as good as he is right now. I don't think he was as dominant. But, I mean, Cooper Rush did something incredible that isn't usually replicated. So when everyone turns and looks at Gardner Minshew and says, like, how could you? Their defense let up some points that should not have been let up last week.
I feel like
that's just my biggest thing. The defense
it's true.
is
It's
the
true.
margin.
And I feel like backup quarterbacks are like less of an excuse nowadays after we've seen like the miracles of this season.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there's some that are not getting it done, like, you know, Josh Dobbs and Malik Willis and all those guys, and the Titans guys, they're not getting it done. But if you look at like the 49ers, Brock Purdy,
Exactly.
and like
It took him
and
twice.
Trey Lance, that's it.
Twice.
Brock Purdy's the 3rd string quarterback, so
Yeah.
you have to look at it that way. Like, backups are not doomed. Cooper Rush, it's all these examples of how like backups can hold up.
And we all know that Philadelphia has a history of taking backups deep into the playoff runs and somehow pulling off crazy things.
It's true. Gardner Minshew Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, Nick Foles got hurt too. We're not even gonna talk about we're not even gonna talk about what is it, the Bears, Colts now? I don't even remember what team it is.
It's the Colts. It's the Colts.
Yeah.
I thought it was Matt Ryan playing for so long. I'm just like not paying attention. The Colts are so
They're both
relevant.
like-
you know who did beat them though? The Giants.
Go away.
Giants beat them.
And they clinched the playoff berth with that
They got
too.
their spot.
That's deserving. We'll move on to that. That's deserving.
I think it
Good for
is.
you guys.
Here's the thing. As a Giants fan myself, I just gotta put that out there because no one would know. You know what I mean?
No, we can't see it on your hat.
As
next to your face.
a Giants fan myself, I
Yeah.
gotta say I'm proud of them. It could have been so much more. That's the mindset I have. But at the same time, you have to remember it could have been so much less.
So the tough part here is also they could be playing either the Vikings or the 49ers. Who would you prefer?
I want the Vikings.
Oh yeah, no, so
Genuinely want the Vikings.
Yeah, because that can also switch. The 49ers lose and the Vikings win.
I'm watching that closely.
Flips right over. I don't think the 49ers will lose though. I think they're rolling hot. That Raiders game was fun. That went to overtime. Crazy game.
I wanted the Raiders to win because I just thought it'd be so funny.
I thought it would have been funny too. I thought it would have been really funny.
It would have been so nice. It would have been so nice. Here's the thing about the Giants too. I really think everyone's like, I saw this report this morning that like, okay, Daniel Jones has figured it out now. And there was this report that like Brian Daboll gave him the harder plays in practice to like demoralize him and all that stuff. It came out, but then he overcome the challenge and he was great. Here's my thinking about that. Daniel Jones is not... If we go deep in playoffs for whatever reason at any point in Daniel Jones' career, it'll never be because of him. It's never going to be because of him.
That's a great point. That's a
the thing.
fantastic point.
It's never. Daniel Jones can't carry a team. He's good enough to where if you get other good people around him, they can make it work. But he's never going to be the strong point. And then I think Daboll's also a champion.
No, I think he's coach of the year, unless you give it to the Eagles, which you totally could. Wouldn't be mad about that. Or you give it to the Niners, give it to Shanahan. But like, great coach.
I don't think you give it to either of them. It's like
really?
who? Okay,
Dable.
Who is getting it done for? Who is getting it done for the Giants? It's really Dable, and like no one on the Giants has been great all season. Look at it that way. I mean, Saquon's been awful lately. Daniel Jones is never like great.
Daniel Jones is one of those guys where I don't think you guys can draft a quarterback or even go get one in free agency because you just can't manage the burden of doing that to Daniel Jones because he's been so.
Sucks. Daniel Jones is a liability. We can't. He's in that like quarterback dead zone. We can't get rid of him, but we also like he's not.
Yeah, you get rid of him, you're seen as crazy, and he goes to the Broncos to die, or you take him and you become a above average team for like a couple of years, and that's brutal to hear.
Yeah,
but it's kind of the situation. I want to see the Cowboys stay in the 5, just because I want to see them like kick Tom Brady out of the playoffs first round, because that's going to be amazing. In both divisions, the 4 seeds are stuck. In the AFC, it can switch around, but the NFC, the Buccaneers are stuck there. They're going to say the 4. That's how it's going to look. And
Buccaneers,
I'd love to see them
Saints,
get smacked.
Panthers, that's just like this. That's like just the biggest poo fest I've ever seen in my entire life.
It's so bad. Yet, also, you have to look at it and say they're kind of the underdog team. They could totally go. No. Dallas could walk in and get smacked. We know Tom Brady can do it. They have the weapons. They have the defense.
Didn't
they're
they
just not
do it in
playing
week 1?
well.
Week 1, the Buccaneers beat the Cowboys.
Yeah.
That being said, I don't think that's going to happen. The Buccaneers are this demoralized shell of a team, and
That's
they like
so mean.
But it's true. It's true.
I don't think any Buccaneer players are going to watch our podcast.
Have you ever seen the
like,
Buccaneers and been like champions?
No,
true winners.
They've never shown something this year that I've been excited about. But I gotta say,
Mike Evans overrated.
I agree. I agree so much. My dad was talking. He's going. I said the Tom Brady going to go to the Raiders. Not a far fetched idea.
Yep.
He goes, no shot. I'm like, why? He goes, because they have Mike Evans. I'm like, he's overrated. He's so overrated. I think he could be a Hall of Famer. He's really, really good. He's played for a long time. Overrated.
Look, I mean, he's got his 7,000-yard seasons in a row or whatever. That's what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, okay, but he just gets volume. It's like
that's true. I've never seen him and been like, that was a catch that changed the game in a crucial game in a crucial moment. Not like Julian Edelman.
I mean, he's consistently.
Look at these guys. Yeah,
he's consistently like decent. He's not bad by any means. I just don't think he's.
And
like
I'd say he's a top 10 receiver some years.
Yeah,
but I can't put him at like 1, so it's weird. Yeah, the Vikings 49ers switch really only hurts the Giants. It doesn't really matter to them.
The Vikings are that team. The Giants almost beat them. I'd like it to be known. The Giants almost beat them. I think it was like 2 weeks ago. It was right before Christmas.
It really almost helps the Vikings to be the 3 seed because nobody wants to play in Minnesota. We have this huge storm coming in. Nobody wants to play in the snow.
That's true.
Nobody wants to go there. They're already going to have to do it in Philly.
The Giants, I feel like, are going to be better against Minnesota because we've already shown that we can be good against
Minnesota's frauds anyway, too. I think they're a first-round exit.
I think so, too.
They're a first-round exit, or they surprise and go to the second round and get smacked.
Once again, Minnesota has good players, but it's just like when they haven't been, we don't look at them like they're the Chiefs or the Bills.
No, and it's like, when have you guys kicked it into gear and, like, won a tough game? Not won a game, but like won a game that I was like, you guys had to pull that one out strong against a really good team who didn't let off the brake.
I don't consider that Colts game to be some like royal comeback or anything.
No.
That was just like okay, I'm gonna mess up 20 times and I'm gonna recover my
Congrats,
mess ups.
you made the best comeback of all time against one of the worst teams in the league at the moment.
And now I'm just neutral because I didn't lose to the worst team ever.
Exactly.
Congrats.
I'm totally with you. So let's dive into the 7 seed.
Okay.
Seattle Seahawks can make the playoffs. They're in the driver's seat right now. Yet the Packers have the biggest percentage chance because they clinch that 7 seed with a win. They win, nothing else matters. If they lose and Seattle takes the win, they're in because they're already in the 7 seed.
Yep.
If Detroit wins against the Packers, need I remind you that game is going to be the decider, and Seattle loses, my Lions will be a playoff team, and Dan Campbell will have taken my heart. They're going to lose to the Niners for round 1.
Here's the thing. Okay, Seahawks, I never think they should have made the playoffs. They're not, once again, who on the Seahawks is going off this season?
Kenneth Walker.
Geno Smith has been fine.
Their defense is average.
But that's the thing though. It's like the Giants. They're all just kind of whatever. Like they're not bad.
And their defense has played all right. Give them a credit. So is the Giants defense. That being said,
I guess it's true. The Seahawks defense most improved award because they used to be awful.
No, they were awful.
I used to only get Seahawks on my fantasy team because the wide receivers, gosh, they'd get so many points because the defense is just so inept and they wouldn't be able to do anything. Yeah. But here's the thing: look at the Seahawks, look at the Packers, look at the Lions. If you ask me who I want to watch in the playoffs, it's definitely the Lions. Are you kidding me?
Thank you. It's the Lions every day. They're so like gritty Detroit spirit. Like they just have it in their soul, and it's to the point where they might go to the Niners and play a hard game in San Francisco, but it will not be a blowout. I do not think if the Lions go to San Francisco, it will be a blowout. I
like
think it will
Detroit.
be a hard-fought game with blood, sweat, and tears. I'm going to love to watch it. I think they're going to lose.
Their defense is bad.
Their defense is all right.
It's not
Their
why you
defense-
watch the team. You watch the team for the offense.
But their defense got them through like weeks 1 through 8.
You know, Lions next year is going to be an interesting conversation.
Yes. Very
That's an
interesting.
conversation.
Yeah. What do you think about Packers? Excuse me.
Okay, here's the thing with the Packers. It's once again, it's like the Bucks. It's like everyone else. No one is going off. So it's you
Okay,
can't.
Aaron Rodgers kind of popped
It's
off.
hard to look. Yeah, but not really. Not for the whole year. There's those little streaky guys, you know, like Christian Watson or whatever. Like he's a little streaky. He's kind of good sometimes, but it's like you got to look for like the patterns.
Yeah. I know Johnny's gonna watch this, and I'm gonna say this now. Christian Watson's not rookie of the year. I don't even think he's the wide receiver 1 on the team. He doesn't know the routes. He's bad. Packers are gonna lose because of him. Hear me when I say that, Johnny. Hear me.
He gets lucky because he has an experienced quarterback.
That is very true.
Not. I didn't say good quarterback. I said experienced. You
That
gotta
is
make
good
sure-
because
gotta note that.
Aaron Rodgers is a poor man's Kirk Cousins this season. When you put the stats next to each other, you pick Kirk Cousins every time. He's a Walmart Kirk Cousins.
Aaron Rodgers versus Tom Brady. I don't even know what I would tell you right now.
They're both so bad.
It's not obvious. It's not an obvious answer.
No, it's
That's the
not. I
thing.
couldn't tell you right now, and I should be able to, and I couldn't.
It's not obvious. And here's
Yeah.
here's the thing though. I'd like to see out of the 3 teams, you know, Seahawks, Packers, Lions. I'd like to see the Packers the least. I think they
Yeah.
deserve it the least because nothing over there has been going good. You have to look at expectations sometimes with these things.
Yeah.
Lions and Seahawks are surpassing the expectation, and the Packers are just like
The Packers fell, yes, maybe a little above because we didn't expect it, but way below where they expect them to be.
Yeah.
And way below where I hoped them to be at the start of the season. So, yeah, I say completely no.
sometimes you got to give it to the underdog. I think it should
I
be the
totally
Lions.
agree.
Do I think it's necessarily going to be the Lions?
They have the smallest chance. They have to
yeah.
win against Green Bay, which I think they'll do. But they also need Seattle to lose, and that's not in their control.
I think it's going to be Seattle.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I think Seattle has it, but
They're just
they're
going to get murdered.
going to get murdered by the 49ers, but it'll be fun to watch. You got anything else in the NFC?
No, I mean, I think that what is it? The NFC East really surprised everybody this year.
They're going to have 3 teams in the playoffs.
Yeah. No one saw that coming.
Commanders lost, and
Never
that's
saw
why
that
they're
coming.
not.
Commanders
Well,
are-
losers.
Commanders are, yeah, but okay.
Bozos.
Commanders, who's better though? The Commanders or the Packers?
That's a really good question. Ooh. I feel like I like the Commanders more. But I think the Packers are better. I think the Packers are better.
Okay.
That's a total toss-up.
The fact that it's a toss-up is the answer to the question.
That's a very good point. AFC, I want to start with the
boy.
7. I want to start with the 7 seed.
Yep. Let's see what we got. It's
So 7 seed right now is the Patriots because the Dolphins decided to just cough up every chance they had this season. The Dolphins can still make it if they win against the Jets and New England loses to Buffalo.
here's the thing. The Dolphins have been abysmal for years. So seeing them come back out here and getting it done is good. It's
Last
what I
year
like
they
to
were
see.
okay.
In the first few weeks of the season, I wanted to see them go off and do good. I
Yeah.
wanted the Dolphins to be good, and the Dolphins are doing good. They could be better. They could be better.
This is true.
I think that, yeah, the Tua stuff in the beginning of the year with the injuries and the concussions and everything, and I mean, he has another concussion now.
He's still not playing this week.
And I don't know what the outlook for that is necessarily, but I do think they weathered the storm somewhat okay with the Tua stuff in the
I
beginning
want
of the
them
year.
to make it. I don't want the Patriots to make it because I don't like Belichick in the playoffs because he scares me. And he could totally go into like Kansas City or whoever they play because that is a toss-up. He could totally go to Kansas or wherever he plays and just win. I don't know how, but he will because he's just Bill Belichick. And I don't rule him out in any way. Same with like Andy Reid. I just can't rule those types of coaches out.
The Patriots bore me. I mean,
They do bore me. They do really bore me. I'd prefer the Steelers over them.
who's good on the Patriots? Who's getting it done? Why are they doing good? Same question.
I really can't like Jacoby Myers. Is really good.
No, he's not been.
Yeah, he
he's not the
is.
reason. No, he's not been that all that
He's
good.
been really good though.
He's been fine. He's like a.
He's been top 10 the last 2 weeks. That's my
Okay, but
statement.
what about the rest of the season?
Okay, who cares?
He's
Why are we focusing on that, CB?
he's not
Stop
that
focusing on the rest of the season. Fine.
Fine.
Okay.
Jacoby Myers is mid.
I do agree with that. The Steelers can clinch. They have the longest shot. They need to win against Cleveland. They need Miami to lose and New England to lose.
This is another one of these ones that makes me roll my eyes.
Yeah.
But once again, I ask you the same question. The Steelers, why should they deserve
But
to
also,
go to the playoffs?
they also have the biggest, like, New England losing and Miami losing are both not out of the question. Which is
No,
why it sucks, because they can win against Cleveland,
I feel like
and
this-
then we're sitting there with a Steelers playoff, and I don't want that.
feel like the Steelers are. This is the thing. You got to look at the Steelers. The Steelers. No one likes the Steelers. Okay, let's just be honest. And you got to look at it this way. And it's like now that they
just shot all Steelers fans in the head.
They're a little young now. The Steelers, the team. So
Yeah.
they're a little more exciting. Like I'm more excited about this
I'd like
Steelers
them over
than
the
like
Patriots.
than like the Big Ben Steelers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I feel like the Steelers have more to offer. They're probably
Sure.
Are they the most entertaining team? No, they're so boring. Najee's not good, and like Kenny Pickett.
I do agree.
Not good. There's no one good. So once again, I don't know how they're gonna go to the playoffs. It's just like the playoffs this year. I feel like in the first round, there's gonna be no matchups that are like worth even like watching because it's like we're gonna watch playoffs because
we'll see Chargers play someone good. And we'll see the Ravens play someone.
Okay,
we'll see the Ravens play Jacksonville.
Yes, you're right. That's going to be worth watching. But for the most part, I just feel like there's a lot of just really poo matchups, which is what you get in the first round of the playoffs. But it's like,
I do agree. I can live with that statement too. Patriots clinch with a win, which is almost the far-fetched thing.
It's unfortunate.
Until they have to win against Buffalo. And I want to go into our next little conversation very lightly because my hearts go out to the entire Buffalo team and the entire Bengals team and the organizations among them for what happened last night. We're filming on a Tuesday, as I mentioned before. Monday Night Football, we had I don't even know what to call it. I don't even want to say incident because it's really no one's fault. It's not an accident. Just a really poor set of circumstances. And I think looking at the seeding and looking at the games, I don't think they should have played the rest of the game. I don't think they should make up the game.
It was the right call to not play the game. It's worth mentioning that as we go through this show, we don't have all the end of the week 17 seeding.
No, we don't, and that's kind of what we're going to look at. We have some scenarios we've thought up.
Yep.
As to what happens, we're going to dig into that. Assuming they call the game a tie. Looking at it right now, if we call it a tie, it goes to the Buffalo Bills are 12-3-1. That puts the Chiefs in the 1 seed.
Yep.
Doesn't really shift anything except from the bye. I think the Bills deserve the bye given the circumstances and given how they've played this season. That being said, fair enough. If it goes down as a did not finish,
which is I think what should happen.
I think what should happen, it just goes as you only say the Bills have played 16 games this season. Yes, I did math right.
Yes.
Chiefs still go ahead. The Bills needed to win. So if it goes as a loss because the Bengals had more points after 10 minutes.
I don't think that's the right answer.
I don't think that's the right answer, but that would also. So I think the Bills go to the 2 seed either way. All 3 scenarios, the Bills go to the 2 seed. If they continue playing it somehow, some miracle, which I don't think they should do, Bills come out victorious. It's dead even. The only issue is here. And I'm not gonna say what circumstances would allow this.
Yeah.
But if by some reason the Bills don't feel they're able to play on Saturday, because they play this Saturday.
Yeah. That's
2 games
so many
they're
questions
missing
surrounding this. Yeah.
And then you almost have to ask, do we just push out the Super Bowl? Do we just push weeks out? But that's a lot. And you're giving everybody else rest. Tua could come back. You look at like the whole like Pandora's box you're opening by pushing anything back is crazy.
This entire situation is something. There's no script. There's no handbook. There's nothing that prepares you.
There's
to deal
nothing
with
written in Roger Goodell's little notebook that says telling him what to do here.
And the thing about it is like they're gonna figure it out and they're gonna come up with something that's fair. There's a lot of solutions we just talked about, and a couple of them are fair and a couple of them aren't. They're obviously not gonna just give the Bengals a win. I really don't think.
I think that would be one of the most disgusting things I've seen.
They're not going to do that.
The commissioner's office do, because that's terrible.
The NFL so far has handled this with great honor and great decision making. That's going to help them.
I like that they suspended the game.
They're doing the right thing for everyone.
I agree. I like that they suspended the game. Great. Okay, let them go back to their locker rooms. One thing I liked, they had a NFL executive go down. Mm-hmm. She has this little white phone. I can only tell you because I was watching it. Hands it to McDermott, Bill's head coach. Talks to who I'm assuming was Goodell or a high-ranking official. Hands it to Zach Taylor. They both shake hands, get a little hug going because they're
which is good to
see. Which is good to see. And then they go back to their locker rooms. It's over.
Yep.
That is ideal from a public and a publicity standpoint. At least they weren't openly trashing anyone.
I mean, even before it was a public and publicity standpoint, I still liked how Zach Taylor and
I like that Zach Taylor. Zach Taylor almost said like give him more than 5 minutes. Like take all the time you want. Everyone's cold. Everyone's just shaken up. Tears on the field, grown men openly just like
that field needs
sopping.
That field needs to go. That was. Do you know all of the catastrophic events that have occurred on that field?
Yes, and it's kind of terrifying.
It kind of dawned on me last night, and I was like, let me look at this, and I didn't even realize all, because when you think about NFL injuries, you think
go to all the NFL injuries on that field.
Like Ryan Shazier, that was like the big one that came to mind. I was like, okay, I don't know where that happened because I couldn't quite remember. But then I was thinking, okay, like even the Tua injury at the beginning of the season was Cincinnati, and then Shazier was also Cincinnati.
All these injuries happened, and roughly in the same spot too. They were all like around. It's bad. It's bad. I feel bad for the organizations at hand.
Bad for everybody. It's an awful situation.
But that being said, I think the Bills will go to the 2 seed, unfortunately, because of it. It means they're playing Baltimore or the Chargers, depending on wins or losses.
The Chargers are just okay. Can I have a minute for the Chargers here?
Yeah.
We need to think about the Chargers. We got plenty of time to talk about the Chargers. The Chargers, this is the thing. Once again, no one there is getting it done. Justin Herbert is a disappointment this year. You have to look at that.
He was my MVP pick, and I'm really sad about it.
Yeah, and we went over this a few weeks ago. You went over it with Johnny. Like, there is no, Justin Herbert's not getting it done. Eckler, has he been incredible? No.
Yes.
He's been,
what is wrong with you?
He's been
so
fine.
good.
He's been fine.
No, he's been the best back in the league the last couple of weeks.
I don't think
Except
he's
for
lived
Josh
up to,
Josh Jacobs did not do great last
I don't think he's lived up to the expectations.
He's surmised the expectations. He is the epitome of beating the expectations.
Keenan Allen is old.
Okay.
Mike Williams is like...
Mike Williams a tank that gets the job done.
He's mid.
You're disgracing the Chargers, and I'm not going to handle it. Chargers, Ravens are both equal caliber in my opinion. I like both of them. I don't know if Lamar's coming back.
I think the Jets are better than the Chargers.
You're disgusting.
You not agree with me?
No.
Jets, okay.
No, I don't
Jets
agree.
Better than Chargers.
No, they're not.
Jets starting Mike White.
Yeah, that's fair.
What's the future of Zach Wilson? That's another conversation, but that's a fun one.
We'll talk about it next week or something like that. So we already went over
Broncos are bad.
Patriots. Broncos are bad. Broncos are really bad. The Titans can still make it.
They're bad too. There's no reason why they should go.
I want Jacksonville to go. Jacksonville is going to kick the crap out of the Titans.
They should go. I want Jacksonville to go too. The Titans are a disgrace. Yeah. You don't have a wide receiver. It's like, what do you do?
No, the Titans win and they're in. Jacksonville wins and they keep their spot. Jacksonville is going to play Baltimore or the Chargers that wild card weekend. That's not a gimme. If you're the Chargers, you're not looking and saying, we got that one locked up, let's look ahead of the week. No, that is a game you have to win. Unlike the NFC, where Dallas could kind of look at Tampa Bay and say, I think we got this locked up. Our game plan feels strong. We're going to get ready for it, but we're also going to act like we're moving on from that. That's not a gimme. You cannot tell me that Jacksonville is going to take it lying down and just fall over and fall off.
The Titans are a confused practice squad, in my opinion.
Wow.
Back to now to the Jaguars. Sorry, I just had to get that out there.
That's fair.
Now to the Jaguars.
That's fair.
Here's the thing with the Jaguars. Yeah, no, James Robinson left. I thought that was going to be bad. It didn't turn out to be bad. Why they ever got Travis Etienne when they had James Robinson, I don't know. Now, this is interestingly enough, James Robinson did become totally irrelevant and went behind a bunch of Jets backups. So I think there's something going on there that we don't know about.
Well, we'll see next season.
Travis Etienne's been fine. You know, I got to look aside from his fantasy points. He's been fine. Jaguars wide receivers. Kirk had a good start to the year. Zay Jones had a couple good games, but he's also had a couple bad games now that we get towards the end of the year. And Trevor Lawrence is fine. It's like no one is blowing me away there, but I just think that's kind of like a lion. They're like the Lions, in my opinion.
I agree.
Jaguars Lions Super Bowl, please.
Please, God.
Oh, that'd be
One
so
last
awesome.
thing I have, just overall.
Yes.
Looking at it, if the Cowboys win and the Eagles lose,
yes,
they switch.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, with that switch, the 49ers then become the 1 seed. That is huge because they are battered and bruised. Christian McCaffrey's a little banged up right now. He's
always banged up.
That is huge. If they can be the 1 seed, I think they're the Super Bowl favorites by far. They're healthy. They get a week off. They get a week to game plan, look what they want to do, see what they're going to play, and then chill. So that's my Super Bowl pick if they get the 1.
That's definitely an interesting conversation.
I think it's going to be a great rest of the playoffs.
Probably true.
I'm excited. My Broncos are eliminated, so I don't have to care anymore.
Let's go Giants! Woohoo! Giants are still in this. They're going to go.
I owe Johnny like a whole pizza if the Packers go to the playoffs. So
I was paying attention to that. I
actually lost like all of those. So I owe him like a whole pizza now. But you know what? It's fine. I really enjoyed having you here, ZB.
Thank you, Matt.
It was truly amazing.
Good to see you.
Thank you guys for watching. Like, I really appreciated talking with ZB. I appreciated all of you out there. I'm excited to see the playoffs. I'm excited for everything. With that being said, my name's Matt. That's ZB over there. And you just watched Third and Long on KCAT Radio.
This series is brought to you by Los Gatos Morning Rotary. Thank you for supporting student podcasting in support of mental health.